In this lecture, we'll be talking about HTML div element. The div element is used as a container for other HTML elements. The div element is a default block element, meaning that it will be available available with and comes with line breaks before and after. So what will happen? A div element takes up all the width. So now, for example, lorem ipsum, and there is a division. I am a div $set emit. So now what will happen? The result will be this. I am a div will be in the next line. It will not, continue on the same line. So the div element has no required attributes, but style, class, and ID are necessary. So as you can see, if we have a division, something like this. So particular division could be styled using CSS by, adding the background color, the text color, the font, and something like this. So now you would also center align a div element also. If you have a div element that is not 100% right, and if you want to center align it, set the CSS margin property to auto. So what will happen? If you go to the style attribute, in division you write width 300 pixel and margin auto. So what you'll get a block, out division in the center. Now if you want to create multiple division elements, let us talk about that like if on a website you have seen, multiple divisions are there. So for that, you could create multiple divisions like London, Oslo, Rome, something like this. So if the result will be such like that, this is one division, Oslo is one division, Rome is one division. So this is, and in the div we have mentioned the style, the background color to be this. In Oslo we have mentioned in style the background color to be for this particular code, that is a little bit pinkish, and this is some greenish color in the last division. So this is how you could, by using CSS styles, it makes easier, to separate the divs and make them look more pretty. Now let us talk about aligning div elements side by side. So for aligning it, you could use the float property. So for float property, what you can do, you could use left, right, and center for the float property. So for London you will write left, like for example here, div my container width is equal to 100%, overflow is auto, and in div my container width is 33% and float to left. So now what will happen? First this is there, then this is there, and then this is there. So this is how you could style it, but we are just doing all the CSS part quickly here, and we'll be not be discussing much in HTML. We'll discuss everything in the CSS section. So now let us talk about the inline block. If you change the div elements display property from block to inline block, the div elements will no longer add a line break before and after and will be displayed side by side instead of top to each other. So if you write inline block, so as we have discussed in the block and division inline section, that in a block like paragraph and division, block always start with a new line, and inline could be, it can start from the same line, the same point. So here's an example in the style in div section. If we go and we set the display to inline block, so it will be used as inline. Now there is also flex. The CSS flexbox layout model was introduced to make it easier to design flexible responsive layout structure without using the float or positioning. To make the CSS flex method work, surround the div elements with another div element and give it the status of a flex container. So what you have to do, let us try. So for flexbox example, first div class, you could mention the class of the division. So here in style, what you have to do, my container display is equal to flex and the width will be 33%. Now the class will be my container. So all the CSS to be followed is from this style section. This is how you could write it. And in the style section, the background color is this, and you just have to mention the details and everything will be taken care of. So this is how, this is a flex box. This is how a flex box works. Now there are also, you could also display grid. We'll be skipping this for now. And this is all that HTML div contains. In the next lecture, we'll be discussing about HTML classes, and I'll meet you in the next lecture.